Hi and welcome back to the Nudie Foodie Kitchen. My name is Rain and today I'm going to show you how to make coconut mousse, which I use as a replacement for whipped cream. So you can serve it with desserts or maybe have it with some fruit. First of all, I'm going to show you how to make your own coconut cream. Now, if you want to skip this step, you can by all means go ahead and buy some coconut cream. But if you're buying it, please make sure that it's an organic product and that it doesn't contain any weird additives, emulsifiers or stabilizers. I occasionally buy an organic tin coconut cream which does contain guar gum as a thickener, and I'm okay with using that every now and then. But I do prefer to have a completely clean coconut cream, which is why I like to make my own. Making coconut cream or coconut milk is very similar to making almond milk, which I showed you in one of my previous videos. If you go to the recipes playlist, you'll find it there. The main difference between making almond milk and making coconut milk or cream is that you're going to be using boiling water for the coconut cream. And the reason for that is to extract the fat from the coconut. So if you use coconut oil, you'll know that in cold weather it solidifies, whereas in warm weather it's a liquid. So by using the hot water, we're liquefying the fats in the coconut and then extracting it. You can use fresh coconut if it's available to you, but you can very easily make your coconut cream from desiccated coconut. So in my blender, I've placed 500 ml of boiling water and 250 ml of desiccated coconut. And then I'm just going to blend that up for about a minute in a high-speed blender. Now we're going to strain the coconut cream. So I've set up my nut milk bag over here, which is just a muslin cloth with a drawstring at the top. You can buy it at any health shop. And I just place it over the top of the jug like that. And then I can pour this in. And just make sure you get all the coconut out of the blender. And then I'm going to hang the drawstring up. Okay, so now with the almond milk, because you're using cold water, you can immediately squeeze out the bag. But this is boiling hot water, so you obviously don't want to squeeze the bag while it's hot. So I like to just suspend the bag over the jug, or you can do it over a bowl. I've set up something here to allow me to suspend the bag over the jug, but what you can do in your kitchen is if you have a kitchen cabinet that's over a counter and it has a knob on it, just hook the bag over the knob. And that'll allow the cream to drain off through the bag while it's too hot for you to squeeze. And then you can leave it to cool down. Once it's cool enough, then you can squeeze it out. I have a little trick that I use when I'm in a hurry, which is I use one of these silicone oven gloves. So I just slip that on and now I can squeeze the water out without burning my hands. Now that I have my coconut cream squeezed out, I'm going to pour it into a saucepan. Then I'm going to add some agar powder, which acts similarly to gelatin, but it's made from a seaweed. The measurement that I'm going to give you is for agar powder, not flakes. They use different measurements, so please make sure that you are using the powder, or if you have the flakes, you can just check online what the conversion is. If you're in South Africa, you can buy your agar from Dis-Chem. This is not an ad, I'm just telling you where to get it. So we're going to use 5 ml of the agar, and you just sprinkle it over the surface of this beautiful creamy coconut cream, like that. And then I'm going to use a little whisk to combine it. So I'm just dispersing the powder into the cream. Now I'm going to get this onto the stove and bring it up to a simmer or a gentle boil for exactly 2.5 minutes. So agar needs to be boiled to activate its setting properties, but you have to time it because if you overboil it, you actually destroy the agar and it won't set. But if you don't boil it for long enough, it also won't set. Once it's come up to that simmer, you can place your timer on immediately for exactly 2.5 minutes. And you can see I've moved my pot halfway off the plate because the plate was a little bit too hot and it was starting to boil over. So you just want to keep it at this low simmer for exactly 2.5 minutes. And there goes my timer. So I'm going to take it off. After boiling the coconut cream, I transferred it into a dish and then popped it into the fridge to set. And it took about an hour to set. So the interesting thing about agar is that it doesn't actually need to be cooled down to set. It can set while it's still hot. So it's unlike gelatine in that aspect. But I put it in the fridge anyway because I'm hoping that it makes it set quicker. I don't know if that's just wishful thinking. But anyway, it took about an hour to set. So now you'll see it has quite a glassy texture compared to using gelatin. So it's quite an interesting texture and it sets quite hard. And that's the reason why after the agar has set, I actually put it back into my blender and blend it up. And then it gives it a more creamy set texture. So now I'm going to put the set coconut cream into the blender. And then I'm going to add 15 mils of raw honey just to give it a little bit of sweetness. And then just 2 drops of vanilla extract. A small little pinch of salt. Not too much, it's just to bring out the flavor of the coconut and the sweetness of the honey. Now I'm going to blend this up. It'll just take a few seconds basically just to break up that glassy texture of the agar and emulsify it into a creamy texture. Now that it's been blended, you'll see that it does have a runnier texture again. And you could use it like this if that's the texture that you're looking for. But if you now place it back into the fridge for another 30 minutes or an hour, it'll set to a firmer texture and then you'll have your whipped cream. It's been back in the fridge for an hour, so now it's set to a nice texture. So you'll see it's got quite a light, creamy sort of a texture, just like whipped cream. So it would have been amazing if I had a dessert hanging around in my kitchen so that I could put the cream on the dessert and show you that, but I don't. So I'm just going to smash it with a bowl of pawpaw for my breakfast. This looks so good. Light and creamy with that delicious coconut flavor, and it's got a beautiful flavor from the raw honey as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please try out the recipe and let me know what you think. It's really simple to make. The only thing that takes time is letting the agar set in between, but to actually make it is so quick, simple and easy. Thanks for watching. Please let me know if there are any other healthy eating hacks that you'd like me to show you or specific recipes, and I'll see you next time in the Nudie Foodie Kitchen.